Yo, cuz.
Walk on, fam. Sure.
Chilling with them, man, them. Jamming with them.
What is up, everybody? I hope you're all well and happy new year. This video is going to be all about how we're going to use this new year to achieve our goals. At the start of the year, I like to set just a set of goals that really keep me grounded and what I'm going to work towards this year. So this video is going to be all about how to set effective goals. I think it's a really good practice. In the first few days of each year, I will often divide up little categories of my life and think about what do I actually want to achieve in all of them. So I'm going to be telling you guys about how I do that planning, because I think it's a really good way to actually work towards something and make sure you achieve some sort of results this year. So I think the first step when you want to set some effective goals for the new year is to, number one, evaluate your goals for last year. Did you achieve them? How did you go? And for those of you that didn't set any goals last year, you can just skip to step 2. But for those of us that did, you're going to simply be evaluating last year's goals. So for me, I like to set up different categories. Some of my goals for last year was to deadlift 230 kilograms, squat 200 kilograms, bench 150 kilograms, and I had some certain business metrics I wanted to achieve as well. So the first one, for the 230 kilogram deadlift, I did achieve that. I pulled 231 in comp. The annoying thing is I had this national competition which I was preparing really hard for. I was stronger than ever, and then it got cancelled because of COVID. And now I think I was on track to actually smash all of these lifts. So I think forecasted, I actually would have gone way over it, but I didn't test in the end. So I didn't actually do the 200 kilogram squat or the 150 kilogram bench press, but I think I'm forecasting my squat would have been around 220 and my bench would have been around 160, but we didn't actually get to see. So in a comp this year, we'll get to see if we actually do smash those targets. We didn't officially beat those ones, but in my head, I'm thinking we're kind of at that strength level. Now, so for the business goals, we set some revenue targets, some social media targets. For the revenue one, I set a certain figure. I was by the end of the year, we actually got like 2.5 times that amount, which is fantastic. And obviously we'll update this year's goals accordingly. So I like to evaluate how do we actually do. Some weren't achieved, some were. Those were just some of the goals that I'm sharing with you guys. For the second step, we are determining the main aspects of life in which you want to achieve goals. So for me, the first aspect is business. The second one is fitness, and within fitness, that would include powerlifting, cycling, and my physique. The third little category for me is personal, so that'll include things like friends, relationships, your mental health, all sorts of things like that. And the fourth one for me is the academic side of things. So I'm probably going to be doing my honours this year, and I'll have certain goals for that as well. So that's step number 2. You want to really decide what are the main aspects of your life where you want to be achieving your goals. The third step is you want to set goals for each component. So for me, my first kind of component was the business one. That might be, I want to make $1 million in sales this year. I want, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and that's kind of your business side of things. For me, my actual goals, I won't disclose what revenue targets, but I want to hit 500K on TikTok. I want to hit 50K on YouTube. I want 100,000 on Instagram. And I know those are big targets, a lot bigger than what I've got at the moment. But my theory is when it rains, it pours. When you get put on those algorithms and become a bit more mainstream and get everyone coming through the floodgates, it's entirely possible. So that is definitely one of my goals this year, to kind of grow that personal profile in that direction, and also keep growing 9 to 5 as well. And obviously I'll have my own revenue targets and different products and things like that. Also for the podcast we run, we'll have different goals for that too. So for my second aspect, the fitness one, you guys will probably have your own fitness goals as well. I've set new targets for my powerlifting numbers. So I want to deadlift 260 kilograms, I want to squat 230, and I want to bench 165. So we're back in hardcore training mode, and those are my targets. I also want to hit 300 FTP on the bike. I did a test a few weeks ago. It was at 273. I probably could have shot a little bit higher, but I do want to keep that cardiovascular fitness as well. Now, on the fitness side of things, I also want to improve my physique a little bit. I haven't really been training for size at all that much, but one thing I do want to achieve is a more rigid and defined set of abs. Now, I think my abs are okay at the moment, but I really want that popping set of abs. I think that is what, you know, everyone sees on a photo and they're like, that's like sick, you know, it's going to attract attention, you know, kind of like the Baslenka set of abs. That'll be like insane. So for me, I really want to bring out more the lower abs. If you have a look at my physique here, I think, you know, they're not bad, but they could definitely be more defined. So for that reason, in my weekly volume of resistance training, I've added 2 additional ab days, and that'll have the most scientifically proven ab exercises in there. If you are interested in what those exercises are, they'll be on my power building program, which will be out in the next few days. So that the power building program will actually include those ab exercises. I think at the 6th day is an optional calf and ab day, you know, bring up those lagging body parts. So that's everything for the fitness goals for me. One of my personal goals for me, obviously I've got certain friends and relationship goals and things like that, but one of the big personal ones for me is to consistently meditate for 10 minutes every day. I've got this journal here as well, super helpful for me for the personal aspect of my life, but the meditation, it is so important for me. It's just really hard to actually dedicate that 10 minutes a day to consistently do it. And when I do it, I always feel so good, but the thing is just putting that time aside and actually doing it can be the tricky thing. So that's one of my personal goals. Now, the 4th and final segment for me is the academic area. I am probably going to do my honours in economics this year. I deferred it last year. For those of you who don't know, I kind of come from like a commerce, economics, financy background, and I am hoping to graduate with first class honours in economics this year. So think about for you what kind of aspects there are for your life. Obviously, you guys might play different sports, you might not have a business, you might just have like a job or something like that. You know, I want to get a promotion. So start thinking about what kind of components there are in your life. Now, the 4th and final step to setting effective New Year's goals is to actually plan for how you're going to achieve these goals. So for me, the business ones are, you know, if I want to hit 500K on TikTok, you need to hit those algorithms, post relatable content, post high quality content, and have maybe a structure for the week on how you're going to post your content and just consistently tick away at it. Maybe for the fitness ones, for me, my powerlifting, I've got a very specific and optimized training structure that I will always train alongside with. For you, if you want to hit 100 kilogram bench press, you might say, okay, I need to stick to this particular training structure and get the most out of it. I need to be eating properly. That's kind of your plan on how you're going to get there. And maybe say, you know, I want to get there in June, I want to hit 90 kilos. And then at the end of the year, I want to hit 100 kilos, something like that. Just start thinking about a little plan, some lily pads on what you're going to jump on to kind of get there. I'm trying to think of some other ones for me. Maybe for my honours economics to graduate with first class colours, you know, I need to, first class honours, I need to, you know, I don't know, study however many hours, or on every assessment I need to get a HD or something like that. You know, for perhaps you guys run your own businesses and things like that, and you want to make $1 million in revenue, well, that would mean each month you'd have to hit around $80,000. So that's kind of your little plan there. How are you going to do within the month achieve $80,000? So there you go, guys. That's kind of the process I go under to set my New Year's goals at the start of each year. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments some of your own New Year's goals. But yeah, this is a really exciting time. I think hopefully this year will be a lot better in terms of the whole COVID thing. So yeah, let's make this a really prosperous year, guys. And please tell me what your New Year's goals are. I'd love to help you. Reply to you guys in the comments. And yeah. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I'm going to be one of those corny YouTubers for a second here. If you could please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed. It would really help me grow. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future, any ideas, and any sort of feedback for this video. If you would like to support me, I've just made a Patreon. You can subscribe there. I will be replying to all the messages, any sort of advice there. That's the best place to get me. My Instagram DMs are an absolute mess. We get like probably 500 to 1,000 a day, so that is the best place to contact me. Other ways to support me are to buy my merch. The link is in the description. You can get one of these sweet tank tops. You can get my new power building program, a meal plan, anything like that is a huge support to me. Supplements, use code NTF to get 10% off and your supplements a bit cheaper. Those are the best ways to support me. And yeah, thanks so much for watching my video, guys.